Hello, Collins. Welcome back to Immortal, Part 1. I hope you had a great first week of the Lunar New Year celebrations and Happy New Year to those celebrating the Hokkien New Year, which is tonight. In session 18, Dr. Bosk and Morgana finessed their way into getting the captives to speak. Well, one of them at least, with the now armless man still sitting stoic but seemingly deep in thought in the other cell. Valerius tinkers with the new device has a little roundabout in the library collecting books and studies himself into the night. Wendigo sorts out his feelings and starts humming, um, and presumably stays in his room. Gunlaug, tired from the day before, unable to sleep, hopefully catches a few Z's. We'll get to that in a bit. But we continue with Bosk looking into the room at Iral, still pacing. The guard comes by with dinner, mostly for the captives. A simple but hearty sandwich with no cutlery, no plates, only wrapping, only wrapped in paper. You watch the guard enter the room. Iral, who was pacing, watches the guard put the sandwich down, and you see him say something to the guard. The guard nods and comes out of the room and closes the door. You watch as Iral sits down and opens the wrapping paper and starts eating. The guard looks at you and says, uh, Miss, apparently he's ready to talk. But just as you want to confirm, your necklace starts buzzing.
Ah, it seems I'm getting caged. I look at Ural and then I say, I will be back, I suppose. I gesture to the necklace. Is it buzzing like visibly?
No, you can feel it on your skin.
Oh, okay.
It's
I
not like
pull
going
out my
crazy on your
necklace
chest.
and then it's like, I'm being called elsewhere.
Do you want me to tell him that you're on the way, or would you like to schedule an overnight tomorrow
Um,
morning?
what time is it currently?
It is. I'm gonna say about like 8:30.
Um, you can tell him I'll be over in an hour, maybe hour and a half,
He nods.
unless what I'm doing takes long than expected to.
He nods. I'm gonna be
Thank you.
here until he finishes eating. We tend to not want to leave things inside of the interrogation rooms, just in case. We've had some
I
crafty
nod.
people do some stuff with pieces of paper.
All right. Tell whoever is taking the shift off back.
He nods. And then he goes back into the room to um, watch Irel eat, essentially. I'm assuming you make your way back to the Psyche Val, the ward.
Yes. I assume that's what the buzzing means.
Yes.
Is there any way to tell specifically what this buzzing means?
Um, at the moment, no,
Or does
not
it
that
just
you know
vibrate
of.
and then I have to be like, okay, uh,
What
can I
meetings do
pick
you
up?
have?
Can I like look at the crystal and be like, answer, respond,
It it does not
hello?
it does not do anything to you. Um, but the buzzing stops.
Okay. All right. That wasn't very helpful, but I will assume that it's the psych ward, so I'm gonna go to the psych ward.
Okay. The same nurse, thankfully,
Ah,
sort of helps you and goes, "Oh, good. Uh, I was worried that you were confused. We actually have a problem with the necklaces and other trinkets that have been used. People don't seem to know what their appointments are if they have double. So I'm guessing you only have one for today, which is the
yes,
patient.
yes.
Um, uh huh.
There's no way to tell, is there? I look
Not
at
at
my
the moment.
necklace.
Well, if
Okay,
you didn't
good.
arrive, we were going to do a sending to you just in case.
Ah, all right, perfect. I was worried that my handler once again failed to inform me of something important.
No,
Seems that's not a case.
this is a new piece of technology that they're trying to get up to date. One day they'll figure it out, but usually if there's no reply or if people don't end up here within 10 minutes, we'll do a sending if it's
Right.
urgent, which is it. Here, follow me. And then she goes to the room, and before she even opens the door from the window, you can see the young lady sort of sighing and looking kind of sad and just generally bored, but also every so often tugging the bands on her arms that attaches itself to the bed. The door opens.
Oh, wait, so she's like being tied to the. How is she being tied to the bed?
There are leather fabrics around her wrists and her legs, but you can't really see the legs right now. They're covered by a blanket.
Oh, so she's just being like strapped down. Like,
Yep.
okay, all right. We knock and enter, I suppose.
She looks up and goes, "Oh, what's going on?"
Good evening. Just checking up on you to make sure you're all right. Um,
Uh, you
has
see the
everything been
lady.
okay?
Yeah, she jostles one arm, and then you see the nurse sort of go behind her and um gently cradle her head and fluff the pillow. Well, this wouldn't be a problem if you hadn't, tried to do the thing that you did yesterday. I I I, I don't remember much. Oh dear. Here, just be comfortable. We can't really release you from your um findings at the moment. Oh, okay. And then she
Um,
looks at Busk. I sort of remember you.
to from what I know, what is the procedure for them being allowed for them to be like discharged the psych ward?
Uh, have you asked the nurse or anyone?
I can't remember if I did, but it sounds like something that I would have asked in my previous um when I was here before,
I
like
don't
since I
think
couldn't
you
talk to her.
did. But in any case, you would know that there needs an evaluation done by professionals.
Mhm.
And so far, you know that she has been a danger to herself, and it won't be prudent for them to release her until they find out why
Yes.
this is happening.
Yep. Makes sense. All
The
right.
nurse goes, "If you need anything, I'll be outside."
I All right. So your name was Leaky, was it?
She sort of looks at you, kind of taken aback. Did I tell you my name?
Oh, what do you remember about yesterday?
Her you see her hands tremble in the bindings, and she goes, "I don't remember much."
Do you remember why you're here in this room specifically?
She shakes her head.
Ah, let's see. I wasn't there for your questioning, but from what I understand, um you became a bit unstable and
Uh,
were, in the words of the others, a danger to yourself.
she
So, and
reacts
then
to
I
the
gestured to the bed.
she reacts to you saying the word questioning, and she's like, her eyes go wide, and you see her sort of push herself into the pillow as if to try and hide.
Oh, it's okay. I won't to tell me anything you don't want to today.
Make a
Just
persuasion check
I'm just here to make sure that you're being treated.
with advantage.
Persuasion check.
12.
Got a 12.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I mean, not she's not being aggressed technically. You see her relax only slightly, but her hands are still shaking.
Right. So, the main reason why I came was to make sure that all right. See, I didn't get to see the stadium yesterday, um, but from what I understand, they won't be able to release you until you get examined by a sitting professional. Though professional B, that's not my job here. How are you feeling?
She looks at you, hearing you ask her how she's feeling, but you sort of see the panic is not there, thankfully. But what you do see is the hesitancy is sort of come back into the picture because she realizes where she is now.
Mhm.
I'm not really supposed to tell you anything. Where's my sister?
Right, your sister. Your sister is still being held in other cells, uh, where you were yesterday. That's the main reason why I'm here, actually. She wanted to see you, and we're technically not allowed to release you until we get the sign that you're okay.
I, I just oh, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble, aren't I?
Um, I suppose you could say that.
Then she starts breathing faster. Yeah, I I I don't think I should be talking to you anymore.
That's fine. Um, as long as you actually I look at her. How does she seem to me? Like
Um,
from a sanity perspective.
she looks scared. She looks scared. She looks like scared, powerless, and she cannot make decisions, or rather, she doesn't trust herself to make decisions. Make me an insight check. No, make me an
Insight,
no. It's yeah, insight is fine.
insight.
20. With with a 20, you gauge that this is a person who has never made decisions for herself. Uh,
Mhm.
I would say ever. And you would think that from your interactions from her sister, that the sister has been the primary decision maker in the group and that she feels safety in following her sister's plans, demands, etc. So being away from her um, has forced her into some kind of mental block where
Ah, okay.
she's panicked and she doesn't know what the right thing to do is.
I see. Fair enough. Okay, so the last thing she said was, "I don't think I should uh talk to you anymore." Was that what she said?
Yep.
All right. That's fine. You don't have to. You don't feel comfortable doing so. Would you prefer it if I left you alone?
She looks at you and she doesn't do anything. But I'm going to take that 20 insight that you still have. And it looks as if she is still sort of like a deer in headlights of taking a long time to decide what to do, but by the time she has decided,
Yes.
it's too late.
Oh, I give her as much time as she needs. There's no clock here. I'm not pressuring her.
Yeah, it's not you, it's her. It's the um a situation where when you come back with a good reply, but the moment's gone. But the moment's not actually gone. It's just in your head. It's gone.
Okay, so like I see her like hesitating there, and then
Yeah,
I'm like, you can just nod if you don't want to say anything.
She
or shake your head?
she she nods.
All right. Um, what I do recommend for Eileen is that during your evaluation, probably sometime tomorrow or the day after, cooperate with the people that are trying to see if you're fit. Because if you are, it means that we'll be able to bring you to see your sister. She misses you dearly, and it's quite unfortunate. Can't just bring you to see her.
She nods again.
All right. Um, so I'll just leave you to it then. I wait to get sort of acknowledgement from her before I.
She the only acknowledgement you get from her is that she looks at you and then she turns away. Like her head just moves to the side and she's staring at the wall now.
All right. Have a good night.
Um, as you close the door,
You're
you
there.
do hear crying, but it's
Okay.
very silent sniffles.
Mhm, mhm. Okay. So she seems fine. Um, looks like I get to go back to the holding cell earlier than I expected.
Yay!
Yay.
The nurse thanks you for coming by. Do you
I.
need
You're very welcome.
anything else? We can call you again. Maybe not through the pendant that you have this time, unless you have, unless this is the only appointment that you're supposed to have. Then we could. She sort
Um,
of bites her thumbnail, like thinking
it's
like
like, huh,
this
this is
this
kind of
technology
awkward.
is
What do I
bullshit.
do? There are many limitations. That should be fine. Do you happen to know who's doing her evaluation tomorrow or when that is, if it is tomorrow?
Actually, yes. Your handler, Etienne, uh, Dr. Zara, and apparently you.
Oh, okay. Perfect. I hadn't been informed. Um, do you have the time for that?
She goes to the counter and she starts flipping the pages. Apparently sometime in the afternoon tomorrow between 12 and 3. And then she
All
sort
right.
of turns the book around and points to the schedule.
Okay. Between 12 and 3. Gotcha. All right.
Though I suspect that your handler will come get you before there.
Yes, yes, but still, I feel like I should be aware of this.
Have you
All
met
right.
our handler?
Thank you. And then I uh, awkwardly just like double take to make sure there was nothing else I needed to ask, and then I just nod and then walk.
She nods at you and she's like,
I'll
she gives you a knowing look that you probably think that she has given to many of Etienne's underlings,
yes,
new hires.
yes, yes.
And then as you leave, she's like, just, just, well, Etienne's hires are usually very good once they come out of their knowledge rut. Usually the best, if that makes you feel any better. Good night.
Good night. Nod, and then tired face, walk away. Back to room 3.
You go into the room. There, there is a guard outside. There is no more sandwich.
Different
Um,
guard from just now?
yes, different guard. Sandwich guard has made his sandwich rounds and is doing sandwich things elsewhere.
Ah, yes, the other sandwiches.
They need to be
Sure, there are
sandwiched.
others. Yes.
The catering guard. This guard is like,
The food guard, the slushy guard.
the guard is like, ma'am, and then
Yes, hello.
she opens the door,
You.
and then the door closes behind you. Ira looks up to you.
Good evening. I did not expect to hear back from you so soon.
I'm here to make a deal.
Ah,
He's sort of every so often he's make me an insight check.
a second.
22.
Oh,
You see him like nervously wet his lips every so often. Like what he's trying to say will be of deep impact, but he doesn't know if you'll buy it. Um, he clears his throat and he goes, the deal is that you help my family and I'll tell you everything.
I nod slowly.
I'll
Seems
even
like a
help you.
fair deal. Um, all right. Tell me more about your family and what we do to help. I pull out notebook for notes.
They're in, yeah, they're in this place called Rock Hollow. Do you know where it is?
Rock Hollow, you say? Rock Hollow. Do I know where it is?
Make me a history check to
A
see if
history
you
check.
paid attention in school.
50. That's a
15 is okay. You vaguely remember in
Just
school
like a ballpark where
hearing,
it is, like which
yeah,
city is in
yeah,
it.
yeah. You vaguely remember learning about mining towns and how certain towns were created just to get certain metals and other items from the ground. Rock Hollow is one of them. It's in the south of the border of Locklear.
Mhm. So I'll say something. Rock Hollow, that's one of those mining towns to the south.
There's
Can't say I'm familiar with the place.
not many people are. It's real small,
Mhm.
also real poor.
All right. I'll be able to find out more about Rock Hollow specific. Tell me more about your family, people, and
My
what do they need?
my uncle and aunt took me in. They have two children. I
Cool.
think one should be in the teens right now, and the other one maybe 9 years old. I haven't seen them in years.
Kids. Teen. Teen. Um, the names and genders of the children.
The older one is a boy, Teg.
Mhm.
The younger one is a girl, Mina.
Tag.
Unrelated to other game.
All right, and your uncle and aunt.
Helena Milosh and Craig Milosh.
And,
Look, the problem is
correct.
that they're being watched by Ursa Corpus. Specifically, then
Right.
you can see him sort of pause, again thinking this is a good idea. You know the name of the guy that you said?
Wait, fancy guy? Quell?
He nods.
He, he's watching over your family.
He's the reason why I'm still here. That fucker.
I see. All right. If you don't mind my asking, Why is he watching over your family? Is it more than just your family?
I'm imagining
I
there's a
mean,
few
no
other
offense,
people.
but you're just one of his grunts, I assume.
You
Can't
don't
imagine it'd be
leave
worth his time.
his club.
Right, so it's probably not just your family.
Probably. But my family is important. So you get them out alive, bring them here, and then I'll cooperate.
I nod. And you're
Otherwise,
saying Mr. Quell is there in person?
I don't know if he'll be there in person.
Ah,
But I know my family's guarded. Or at least
right.
they told me. Can't risk it.
And you're sure that they're in Rock?
They can't leave. They're too poor to leave. That's why I started this bullshit in the first place.
Right. And hmm, is there any chance that they may have been
Did you say something after bin?
moved?
Oh, moved. The big shrug.
I suppose we'll have to check it. How would we know that it's them? Have any pictures
He
or
he gives
something?
you the details of what they look like. The town is basically about 150 people last I checked, which was about 7 years ago.
I can't imagine it's grown up since then.
Probably less considering you don't want to live there. Fucking cold. There's nothing to do there anymore. The mine's dried up.
Okay, so so I assume he gives me like a decent enough description to work with.
As detailed as he can. Out of character, the DM will give you the information later.
Right.
But the thing is, it was from 7 years ago, so it's what he remembered. The parents, the uncle and auntie would be sort of the same. They wouldn't have changed, but the children would have changed significantly, considering 7 years a child turns into a teenager can be a very big difference. But as long as you get the parents, I'll be fine, I guess.
Yep. What was her last name again? I got Craig and Helen.
Uh, Milosh.
L-S-H?
Meelosch.
Losh. Losh.
I'm gonna do a thing where I say the name and then it's
Losh.
up to you how you want to spell it, because it's not like you ask these
Ooh.
people like, okay, how do you spell it?
Losh. I would ask how do you spell it.
Okay,
But
if you
because
do
I'm writing
ask
it
how you
down, I'm
spell
like,
it,
all right, how do you spell that? And then
he
he
will
will
he will
spell it out
give
for me.
you the actual spelling.
Okay. The homie's not gonna be like, I don't know how to spell it. I've only
Okay,
really
thankfully,
heard their name
Iral
said.
does know how to write and read, but that is not confirmed for other people that you may meet furthermore.
Yes,
They'll be like,
yes.
I know my name, but I can't spell it.
Yeah, yes,
So it'll be phonetic.
yes. Okay, okay, okay. So, Rock Hollow, Craig, and Helena, um, being watched by Ursa Corpus. Do you have an idea of how strong the Ursa Corpus force is in that town?
He looks at you, um, mostly out of curiosity, and the other part, uh, it's he doesn't want to admit he doesn't know. Like you see him sort of mentally trying to calculate.
He's like, shit. If I don't give them enough, they won't be able to help me. But if I tell them I don't know, and they won't
I
be able
can't
to help me.
exactly.
Huh.
So he's just sitting there like I can't tell you. It's been 7 years.
All right.
All I know is that's how they're threatening me. I don't want to do this job anymore. I did not. Now I have no choice. Like I said, if you can get them out, I'll help you. I'll even go with you. But they need to be out of trouble.
I um I don't suppose you know of anyone else in Ursa Corpus that is in your position.
He shakes his head. We don't really talk about it to each other.
Right.
They're snitches.
There.
If anybody finds out, they'll get killed anyway.
I see. All right. Well, thank you for speaking to me. Um, I suppose I will get back to you after having a chat with the team, but if things go your way, don't see them turning down this request of yours.
He nods. I can't help you any more than this.
Of
Mostly because I
course.
don't know what's going on there. Just get my family back.
All right. Um, have a good rest. I should be able to get back.
He nods. As you
Hold up.
leave the room, the lady guard outside is like, are you done for the night? Because we gotta take him back
Yes.
to his cell.
Ah, of course.
Okay. Same with the lady in the first room.
Oh, I should see her before turn since
He
thank
nods.
you for reminding.
I'm
I
gonna get him to his cell, and then somebody else will come by and get her.
did not go to 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 what's her face's cell.
What you see is her with her hands on her face, sort of clutching as she is resting on the
Having
table.
a nap.
Like, yeah, sort of half having a nap, half like you can see her massaging her temples. She looks up at the person who has come in, realizes it's you, and goes, how is she? Can I see her?"
Evening. Um, good news and less good news. The good
She
news
frowns.
is she seems fine. The less good news is you won't be able to see her yet. Her psych evaluation is scheduled for tomorrow afternoon, so if all goes well, um, she, you, we should be able to schedule something. So you'll probably have to wait at least another. On the bright side, I did manage to see her and speak to her. Very
Oh, she.
reserved.
Look, she's not
She
the brightest bulb.
she doesn't seem comfortable speaking. So, do you have any suggestions on what might get her to cooperate in tomorrow's evaluation?
She tends to not do anything without me being there. Just, I guess she follows rules real good, but only if they come from me.
I see. Um, from what I remember, does Rima know how to write? Um,
Yes.
okay, a I Um, Valerius, are you there, Valerius?
What's up?
How does your voice recording thing work? Would you be able to like record a message, then play it
Assume,
back?
assuming it's shorter than assuming it's 6 seconds and shorter, then yeah.
Okay, all
Additionally, I
right.
can make it 12 seconds if I have like two separate devices.
I think 6 seconds should be all right. Um, so she says that, oh, she follows rules well as long as they come from me.
Yep.
Okay, so I think for a while. Actually, one of my colleagues is able to record messages. Would it be possible for tomorrow before our evaluation for me to come by and get you to say something we're recording to put her at ease? I imagine she's worried about your safety as well, just as much as you was.
She nods. You know also that you have to ask the guards to make sure she's here tomorrow. From
Uh,
what time to what time?
Rima? Yeah, okay.
Because
Are we allowed to visit them in their cells where
no,
they live?
Where they
that
live.
is guards and inmates only.
So I will arrange with the guard that takes her back later
Yep.
to have her here sometime,
Yep.
I suppose. Yes, that my plan. Um, yes, I want that. Aside that, I think it's about it. All right, so that should be. The guards will be coming by shortly to bring you back to your holding cell. Was there anything else you wanted to ask before that
She
happened?
shakes her head. The 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 muffin was really nice.
I smile. And do you have any preferred flavors? I'll one again. I see you.
She shakes her head. Honestly, you've been really nice. Don't get me wrong. I still don't trust you, but this is better treatment that we've gotten for a
Well,
really long time.
you're being held here against your will. Figure the least I could do is make it as comfortable as possible.
She nods.
Have a good night, Ring.
She puts a hand
I
up
shall
in acknowledgement.
I shall walk out of room. Wait for guard.
There's another guard outside. Uh, she ready?
Yes, she's ready. Could I arrange for her to be here morning?
Yeah, can
There's
do.
something that my team is from before we go into her sister's psych evaluation.
She takes out a notepad and a pen. She starts scribbling. Any specific timing so we can send her back?
Um, from 10 would be fine, and then depending on how the psych evaluation goes, we might want to see her after that as well. The psych evaluation starts at 3. Not exactly sure how long those take,
She nods.
but
I'll just schedule
regardless,
the whole day.
we'll come by after. Yeah, yeah, yes.
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
All right,
Writes down.
thank you.
Can I get a signature from you, please?
Oh, of course. I can sign, I suppose. Yes.
Okay, she takes it back, closes the book. Have a good night. And then she goes into the room, and you see her sort of put some shackles on Rima, on arms and legs. Sort of. There's a thing that they put over her mouth to prevent her from speaking,
No casting.
just in case, you know. Um, and then they take her out. You're not sure where, because you. I'm assuming you leave before this happens. Yeah.
Oh no, I would want to watch to just see how they're being treated.
Yeah.
Just for personal interest.
Yeah. So the guard is very patient.
Okay.
It's not like she's pushing or anything. Um, the putting the mask on is very hurt but gentle. Like they're not deliberately trying to hurt these people.
And as being like semi-cooperative, I imagine
Yeah.
she's familiar with the process.
Yeah. You assume that she may not have been cooperative in the first few hours, but then she realizes that trying to fight it would be a fool's errand.
Yeah. Like it's happening regardless.
Hmm.
Just
You
simply
want
accept it.
do you want to be treated like a human being or an animal?
Yes. Yes. Okay. All right. So once she just like gets taken away, I will go update the friends. There are updates.
Okay, you know for a fact that if you consult the map, all of them are in their rooms.
Oh, it has like little icons of them on the map?
Like they're pointing to the
That's so
same
funny.
general direction.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
So it's really
To
up
the
to you.
room.
To the rooms. Whose rooms? Who do you go bother
Our rooms are all sort of next
in
to each
this?
other, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just knock on the doors one by one and be like, all right, group meeting, I have information.
Okay.
What time is it, by the way?
It
10
is
p.m. It's
10-ish.
Okay.
You think?
When did we go to bed?
Technically, you're in the
When
room.
do you go to bed? What?
No, when did we go to bed? Like if it's 10 now. How long have we slept?
You may not have gone to bed yet if you don't
Yeah.
sleep before 10. I don't know.
I know for a
Oh,
fact
is it
that
in
Are
the
you at the
Valerius.
evening, not
bar?
the morning?
No, it's
But-
not morning. It's at night.
It's at night. It's at night.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is at night. So, you guys were in the room the
Yes,
entire
'cause I
time.
need to inform.
Yeah.
I need to inform
okay.
Valerius to prepare his machines.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't Valerius pass out drunk?
No, that
Isn't
was
this
the
like
night
the second day?
before.
This is that was
Oh, okay, so-
last night.
So are we? So we lost a whole day then? Because the last thing we did was drink and hang out, right?
No.
And then when he was
No,
singing
no.
to himself.
Dot
No.
Boss
no,
and
no.
Morgana did the nice way of interrogation.
Okay, so what happened was you had the bad interrogation, then you got drunk and passed out, and then you had today, which is the good interrogation, and then you left to do whatever.
Ah,
So do you
okay.
do you want to do anything else
Yeah,
while?
so you had the whole day, I think, because you
Yeah.
didn't do any of
Yes.
those things, right?
Yep, absolutely.
See, that's why I was
Good
confused.
luck was there. Good luck was there for the first part.
Oh yeah, she definitely was,
Yeah, she
but
hung out
after.
with you guys for some of that.
When
Yeah.
we talked to Rema, but everything after that, I don't think, because there was nothing after that.
Yeah,
right?
because what happened
It was
was
just me. It was me in particular going to the psych ward.
I
mhm.
got confused
then-
about what happened last
Yeah.
night.
And then Morgana went to the library, which she spent like the entire
Yes.
day there.
Yeah,
Ah,
And now she's back in her
Valerius
room
was
reading.
doing his research. I'm not sure what Gunlog and Wendy did today.
Wendy actually did his testing. He was reading. He was using the map to go back and forth. And then he ended up in the library somehow, and then he's in the room. Lots of things happened.
Right. Okay.
I think Gunlag would have probably checked on Wendy then that day.
Okay. So what around what time? Like tea time?
Do you
After
want to
the
run that now,
interrogation.
since that's already happened?
Can do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
That
Sentence.
would
for
have.
ease
Yeah.
for ease of purposes, I'm going to say that this happens before um uh before Bosk sort of knocks on the door so you guys can be in the same room and stuff.
Yep.
Okay. So this happens an hour or two before.
Yeah. Like once we're done with the regular interrogation and whatever's left of the day, that's when we go. We check on Wendy.
Yep. So what are you doing? What has happened is you leave the interrogation center and Morgana goes, I'm going to go to the library. Does anybody want to follow? No, and then she leaves, and then Busk is like, oh, I'm going to go to the wards, and then leaves, leaving you there.
Yeah. And I'll go knock on Wendy's door.
Come in.
Hello. How
Mm,
can I come in?
come in.
Okay. Lock the door behind me.
Alright.
So
When Good Luck comes in, she sees that Wendigo has obtained a sewing needle and thread and such, and seems to be adjusting his outfit to better fit.
I was gonna ask you if you needed some new clothes actually, but I guess you're good. That needles are really small in your hand. Actually, that looks very silly.
Mm-hmm.
Is he doing a good job of it?
Um, he has experience in this, so I would say a decent job. He's not a seamstress in any capacity, but this is something he's been trained to do.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Do you want a hand?
No rush.
We just had a chat with the prisoners again. Well, Busk did mostly.
Mm-hmm.
And these people are much more willing to talk when we're nice to them. Who would have thought?
Hmm. And
I fucking thought I understood people pretty well, and I don't understand shit.
you're dealing with the monsters behind them.
Actually, I'm pretty sure we are the monsters right now.
We are the small ones.
Maybe we should have done that differently. We fucked up really, really badly. That was completely fucked.
You can talk nice. I can't.
Mm. I've never really Usually some nice threats and, you know, a punch or two does the trick. Uh,
You saw how I do things.
yeah.
I'll stay here until it's done.
It's not the only way to do things though, right? You don't have to do it that way. Right?
He just taps himself on the chest. Nice.
Why not?
He taps himself on the chest again. Does this look nice?
So what? People would say the same about a fucking orc.
You knew me for years. Did not trust.
I worked with you a couple of times, and the only thing I knew about you is the work you do. And that's some bad shit. Fuck, do you need to be only that? Is that all there is to you? There has to be more.
I don't know.
Has to be more for all of us, right?
You think people think like you.
No, I just think it'd be easier if they did.
Hmm.
Um, let's let's not do that again next time, hey? Next time, maybe we should try kindness first.
I'll be elsewhere next time.
Said we, didn't I?
I'll be elsewhere next time.
Just then, you hear a knock on the door.
What?
And Dr. Bosk's voice.
Tuk, 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 tuk. Hello?
Come in.
Door be locked.
Wendigo will lumber over and open it. Mm,
Just stand next to the door the whole time without unlocking it while Wendy is coming up to do it.
Door
There.
opens a little bit, I assume. Then I'm like, oh, the both of you are in here. Quick team meeting before the end of the night. I've got some information. Well, all three of them actually. I'll go get the
More
others.
Morgana appears behind you as you're having this conversation because she saw you sort of walk into the room as she exited her room, and now she's just waiting. Are we having the meeting here?
I
Pick
look
a
around.
different rule.
My room's fine. Or wherever. It doesn't really. It shouldn't
Yeah.
take too long.
Cool.
Then I go get Valerius, and all five of us are in one of the rooms that's
Yes.
not Wendy's room. Let's roll to see who it is.
I'll just the door to my room and just
Hey,
shuffle.
it's
Start
number
hurting
one.
people.
It's Gunlog.
Good luck's
So I don't even
room.
know who number one is. She's just like, if you're standing here trying to choose rooms, she's just gonna go into her own and won't leave the door open.
It has been decided.
Okay.
Everybody
There is
lumbers
a
into
bed
Gunlog's.
really close to the door,
Well, of course. We expect nothing less.
obviously.
Yes. It's one of the space-saving beds. It just comes down as a cupboard and blocks the doorway completely, effectively locking it.
When they go pick up the bed, flip it over and put it down in front of the door and then sit on it.
Under Wendigo, the bed
Okay.
looks like a decent sized couch.
Bench. Oh.
I thought
Like
you
a
were gonna say like
one-person.
a baby's crib.
It looks like a chaise lounge for a very small person.
Okay. Everyone here.
Valerius sets down his tablet and sits up straight. Dr. Boss,
Okay.
you called a meeting?
Right. So I just got back from speaking to all three of them. The younger half-orc girl seems to be slightly better condition than how she was yesterday. Myself, Etienne, someone else, Dr. Zara will examine to see if she is, and if so, the sisters will be able to can discuss some kind of deal. The man, Ral, he reached out and offered us a deal that he will help us if we help him with his family is being held by Ursa Corpus in mining town.
Valerius will speak up and ask the name of the
To the
mining
south.
town.
Rock Hollow.
Does that name
It's an
does
old
that
mining
name ring
town.
any bells to me?
Make me a history check. For anybody who wants to make a history check, go for it. Except for Gunlog.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure Gunlag would not know, and besides, she would have -1 to history anyways.
Yes.
Yes.
I guess Wendigo as well. No, Wendigo would have
Can
some kind
Wendigo
of
try to
formal.
recall the map?
Never mind.
No, wait. The map didn't have names on it, right?
No, the map is very ephemeral. It's like blocky shapes. There is no names.
Okay.
You yourself would guess that your continent Krera is there, but you don't know anything else.
Okay, let's see the rare history check come up from Wendigo. Oh my god.
Oh!
Rare history check? Oh, here we go.
Okay, probably smuggled some shit or whatever.
Okay, so Valeria's got an 8, Wendigo 17.
I mean, from what it sounds like, this place is being used by Ursa Corpus for some sketchy shit right now. So Wendy might have heard that.
Maybe.
Heard about that.
Wendigo, Valerius, you sort of think back to the days where you studied history, sometime when you were 11 or 12, about the mining revolution. and you don't remember anything because you were busy tinkering with something under the table.
Valerius is like,
Okay.
what the fuck? Rock Hollow? Generic ass mining town name, man. I don't know.
Like I don't care about Rock Hollow. What they produce? Rocks? Lol. I'm just gonna tinker with this. Wendigo, you remember this name as somewhere the family would frequently go to hide products to be picked up by somebody else. But this practice has seen this practice had stopped for a really long time. It's one of the relics from the previous generations of the family patriarch.
Hmm. He doesn't know the location, right? Only the name
He knows
or
the
an
name.
association.
He knows roughly where the location is. Like
Okay. Oh,
South of
everybody,
Locklear, if that
yeah,
helps.
it's off the border in the south in Locklear. It's a very cold. From what Dr. Bosk remembers, it's a very cold place, very desolate. It's confirmed
Apparently the
by
mines run dry.
it's confirmed by Iral to be a dead town, a dead and very much rotting town, considering everybody's probably moving out. But that's from what he remembered from 7 years ago.
Yes, I informed the party that, well, I'm not sure how reliable Iral's information is because he admits he's on the last time he was there was 7 years ago. Probably need to do our own for taking
O-
him up on this all.
Old
I
drop-off
suspect
point.
that old drop-off point.
Hmm.
How old?
Stopped using long time ago.
More than 7 years.
Hmm.
Do you know why you stopped using it?
Family business.
Yeah. Wendigo does not know why they stopped using it. They just know it was just part of your education to know certain important places.
This place was once upon a time.
Once upon a time, a generation ago.
I don't suppose your contacts would have more information on this.
Good try.
Whatever the case, perhaps we discuss this with Tien. This is an offer that I'd like to take him up on. Dig deeper. I suspect it's not just his family. Can't imagine Ursa Corpus would be watching just one. Assume that there are many like that went out, but held hostage.
Hmm.
Mm.
Okay. Anything else before we turn
Um,
in for the night?
there was one more thing. Valerius, you have one of your machines that can record and play back audio.
Valerius gives a nod.
Okay, I will need to borrow you and said machine to
Oh,
go speak to um I believe the evaluation with her sister will go a lot more smoothly if she gets to hear this.
Valerius tilts his head for a brief moment before he asks, "You do remember I can make sending stones, right? Unless you don't want two-way communication."
That help as well. I will have to double check with that's allowed.
All right,
It
I'll
might
prepare
help.
both for tomorrow.
Dr. Bosk, you know that they are not allowed to be in possession of objects.
Does that count if there's someone there, like,
To take it back.
yeah, to like, supervise?
It is ill
Like
advised.
if Valerius is there with the item and be like, here, take this, use this, give it back. Very good.
You, I guess you're gonna have to see if they'll allow it.
Yeah. So I'll just ask Valerius to, yeah, sure, prepare it if it's, if you can, and then we'll ask Etienne about it.
Valerius nods and he makes a mental note to prepare other things. He also asks Dr. Boss whether if he could arrange another meeting with what's his face? Iral.
Oh, of course.
Since since he doesn't remember much about what's being stationed there, I'd like to know a bit more about the type of soldiers being trained and whatnot. Might give us a bit of an edge if we can get this information to my friend, see what we're up against.
I nod. Um, However, this stuff will any information he has would be 7 years old. I imagine be able to find out something up to date our own research.
Valerius
And I
shrugs.
gesture around resources we have here. We know the town that we're.
Well, that is true. Might as well get information from someone directly working with a corpus better than secondhand information, don't you agree? At least for now, anyway.
Couldn't hurt.
Would
But
be a
and
good
then
idea
I
to see
say,
what we can get for
between
someone
you
who
and me, I
defects.
don't.
Sorry. Can you say that again? Good luck.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to talk at the same time. It might be interesting to see what someone defects has to say about the organization.
There as well.
We could definitely
Well,
questioning.
Valerius nods and speaks up once more. Uh, I cannot have a recorded image as I did with Floaty. I can make a static image, however, if you require me to do so. And Valerius flips the tab over to show, like, static images that he has.
Like a cam or like a minor.
Pretty much. Basically, it's like what he's asking is like, would it be better to have a visual representation alongside with the audio confirmation?
Shouldn't matter. I think audio would be enough, honestly. Because
Valerius looks down. Okay.
if we just needed visual like confirmation, you just get Morgana to like minor illusion. Like, yes, this is her now.
Okay. Valerius nods. All right. I will have everything prepared for tomorrow. I'm assuming you already have a meeting scheduled with what's her name again? Sorry, the younger sister.
Rima. Oh,
Like,
Leke.
Right.
Leke. All right. Well, just let me know
Um,
the time and place, and I'll be there.
Yep, we'll be seeing Rima in the morning after breakfast, and then my appointment with Leke is after lunch.
Valerius
Um,
nods. Well,
yes, if you want to speak to Iral sometime is fine. I'm pretty sure he'll be open to answering questions since they pertain to helping his family. Four
Valerius
people actually.
nods.
Aunt, uncle, and two kids.
Got it.
Children.
Okay.
One's a teen and
Valerius
one's a preteen.
nods and stands up. Well, with that, I have to make some preparations, so I'm gonna have to leave first, unless you have anything else you want to tell us, and I boss for a second.
No, I think that's about it.
All right. Well, I'm gonna head back to my room and prepare stuff then. Good night, everyone, and I'll head out.
Yep, good night. I think it's about time my turn as well.
Yeah.
Long day.
as all of you head
Are
back
the two of
to.
you alright?
Hmm?
I ask Log and
Um, you see Gunlag's face, and she nods. She doesn't look alright.
I nod back. How does Wendy respond?
Respond to what?
Are the two of you all right?
Finding territory.
If you need some incense to burn to you relax, I might have something.
No. Something new.
I
The
wouldn't
adjusting's
mind
going well.
some incense. That sounds nice.
All right, come with me.
I'll follow the doctor.
I will pass Gunlog some calming aromatherapy stuff. Relaxing candles.
With essence
I
of ylang ylang, lavender, and patchouli.
ask Busk, do you remember when you lived in Bor, um, some of my friends? Think you met maybe a couple of them?
I try to remember. Are they mutual friends?
Sorry?
I assume I remember them.
Yeah.
Who are they?
They would have been hanging around like probably a tiefling at least.
Yeah, okay. Prominent individuals. Yes, yes, I remember.
Just I really, really miss them right now. It's
How long has it been since all this?
According to my notes, it has been 23
weeks?
days.
3 weeks.
yep.
We're closing in on a month now.
Mm.
I guess you haven't really left, have you?
I haven't really left the lows much, to be honest, or even gone more than a couple of nights without seeing friends and family. I don't. I feel like I'm losing myself a bit here, and at least you know just a little bit of you know who I am and some of the people that I have around me. I just need to say out loud that I really miss them.
You see Bosk very sort of reflect, like she's trying to remember a time when she felt this way. And it's very far back.
You-
I It's been a
Sorry?
long time since I've been in a position. I've had to, well, I suppose I've decided to up my life several times now. And look around. I suppose this is just another one of those times.
How's it
It,
feeling so far?
um, you see her shrug a little bit. I would have to say this is the easiest it's ever been. For me,
No.
anyway.
Hmm. Where did you go when you left Bor? What happened?
I traveled around up in the north, the settlements in Chastent. Ended up settling down the towns and found work at the local adventurers guild.
Oh, that
Very
still
much.
doesn't answer why you left town, hey?
Oh, why did I leave?
I mean, I saw
Well,
your place after you left. It was trashed.
yes. Well, um, I was treating one of the local landlords, and things did not go well. And I didn't want to be all out.
Hmm,
I
That's
thought you would have heard.
not really. No one heard much at all after you left.
Well, shrug. It didn't feel safe for me to stay, so left.
Yeah. Your services was missed, that's for sure. But I understand.
Did not.
Um, do you mind if I uh stay here?
Oh, of course not. Planning on working tonight, so I should not bother you.
Yeah, I don't mind. It's just not really
To,
used to sleeping in a room by myself with no one around and no noise and complete quiet. It's really weird.
um, sure. We'll go grab your mattress.
Thanks.
Offer to help you drag your mattress over.
I'm
Together,
sure it will look like a proper sleepover.
yeah. So together you pick up the mattress. And it looks like you're gonna have a nice slumber party, except you're adults and things haven't been easy for all of you. You settle down. You good luck. You take out the candles that were given to you by Dr. Boss. Can you arrange them in the room, according to Boss directions for use? You light them up, and slowly sleep catches you as the sound of Boss working gives you comfortable white noise that reminds you.
Specifically not working tonight because fuck that shit.
Uh,
Also,
just
writing in my notebook before going to sleep, just everything, all the new developments, everything at all
mhm, mhm.
into the notebook.
um, sleep takes all of you eventually. You get a good night's sleep. Uh,
Ah,
some of you very pregnant with thought. Some of you thinking of the next day's sequence of events that you have to go through, and some of you maybe thinking that your handler might be a bad dad. Morning comes.
morning.
No exhaustion anymore.
No exhaustion. Good luck. How did you sleep? With the incense and the friendly breathing.
Incense was a little weird, just the noise and sound of other people breathing and being there helps.
You missed the puppy pile.
Yes. She does miss the puppy pie.
Um, Morgana. When all of you step out, eventually you come to Morgana's room. Morgana sort of says that she's going to study a bit more in her room and will come out to meet you later.
Yes, she has spells she needs to copy into her book.
Yes, she shows you one of the spell scrolls, and then she shows you an entire text about um, pyro spells and how they can be used for various other things, like for some reason starting a bonfire barbecue. And she's like, all this time, I have only thought of it as an offensive spell. This is a friendship making spell. I've never had friends. Goodbye.
Fireworks. If you
You just
release the
hear
fireball far enough into the sky, it doesn't burn anything.
good luck will mumble like under her breath, like no fucking wonder you never had any friends.
Shuts the door behind her, and you guys leave her alone. What are you
Never had
doing?
acquaintances and employees.
Okay, I'm gonna ask Valerius. Are you following Dr. Bosk to the cell, the interrogation
Oh
room?
yes, very much so. I
Is
have
is everybody
my
following?
backpack.
Wendigo is not following.
Okay, Wendigo, what are you doing?
Mm, Wendigo will be having his map out, and he will be trying various functions to test it and go around the place.
Okay. So the same as you did yesterday-ish.
He's going to do something else once the others are out of sight.
Okay, got it. Um, the three of you make your way without Wendigo, who also excuses himself
He's gonna
grumpily.
buy us presents, guys.
Yeah. Um, you you get breakfast and then you head to the interrogation room, and you see that
Breakfast.
breakfast. You see that the girl is in the same room, but Irel is not there
Hmm?
because he wasn't
Yes,
requested.
because I didn't
Oh yeah,
request.
right.
Yeah.
I didn't request
Forgot
him.
his name for a second.
Yes.
I will bring a different muffin for for th-
It's your choice. There is
for Reed.
so many muffins, so many flavors.
Which muffin did she get yesterday?
She had strawberry and cream cheese.
Ooh,
You
get
can
her,
take
get her
a.
comfy white chocolate macadamia.
Ooh, that sounds delicious. Okay. How many did you take? Did you take just one?
Uh, yeah, give her one.
Okay. It's a decent sized muffin. Like it's quite
I
chunky.
imagine they're like happy little Subway size, which are
How
pretty
big
big,
is the
right?
Subway
These
size
aren't
one?
small.
It's like it's chunky. It's like maybe 250 gram
Handful.
muffin.
Oh, that's pretty big.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a nice sized
Should be good
breakfast
enough because
muffin.
she would have already had breakfast.
Yes. You assume that she would have given her safe breakfast.
Yes,
The
the
cannot harm
safety
self
breakfast.
breakfast.
Yes, not allowed to have muffin dangerous.
Muffin
Can be
presents choking
thrown as a
hazard.
weapon,
Oh,
like a cupcake.
stale muffin, very dangerous. Okay, so you go
Yes.
into the room and she stands up to greet you. This time her demeanor is a little bit more accepting. She sees the muffin in your hand and she's holding back her muffin excitement.
Good. I
Morning.
pass her the muffin.
She
I'm not
takes
sure
it.
if you've met. This is Valerius. He has. Oh, we ask Etienne if they are allowed to. Actually, we'll ask later.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
we'll
not
ask
here
later.
at the moment.
Yeah, we'll ask. It's not important right now. Right now, um, uh, we're here to give Rima a muffin and get her to say some nice, encouraging, and calming words to her sister. I guess basically, would what do you think your sister would like to hear from?
Um, you mentioned some kind of recording device, right? And then she
Oh
eats a
yes,
bit of the muffin.
gestures to Valerius. This is Valerius. He's my colleague that has the recording device.
She nods at
I'll give
Valerius.
Valerius,
a
if you would.
I'll give a smile and nod back, and I'll step a bit forward. Oh, as my friend introduced, I'm Valerius. It's pleased to meet you. So I am here today to get a recording of what you're about to say to your sister, and I was wondering if you can tell me roughly how many words you're gonna use, because that kind of affects how long I can make this.
I I actually don't know. How much am I supposed to say? Like, what can I say?
Okay, tell you what. Is there a table? Is there a chair? I'm
Yeah,
assuming there
yeah.
is,
There's
right?
Yeah,
there's
we have
enough
Okay.
table and
chairs.
chair.
I'll
You know that the tables and chairs cannot be moved around. They're bolted to the ground.
Okay, so Valerius will walk forward and attempt to pull out the chair, realize it's bolted, and like begrudgingly like squish himself
Yes.
against it and sits down.
I see you try to move it, and I'm just like, oh yeah, they're kind of fixed to the.
Okay. Sits down, pulls out tablet. Okay, so um I'll look at Dr. Boss first and I'll reiterate the question. Is there anything she's not allowed to say?
I don't think so.
Okay, so I'll turn back to the lady and I'll start talking. So how about before I start recording everything, let's have a small script of what you're gonna say, and then I'll see if I can fit it into the recording. Okay?
She looks at both of you. It's a
I shrug
script.
because I don't know how this works. I don't know how this works. Just humor him, I guess.
I'm not gonna write a
Oh no.
lot.
You just need to say it out.
Yeah. I just want to gauge how long you're roughly gonna take so I can have the proper tools ready. As Valerius is saying, this is pulling out spell components, his Tinker's tools, and another slate, and he's like, okay.
Various machine.
Yes.
I'm just gonna tell her that it's okay to speak to you guys and that I'll be there soon.
Valerius looks at it, is like,
I
okay,
nod.
less than
Yep,
25
sounds good.
words. Okay, so Valerius now stands up and he starts setting up his equipment. First things first, he takes out his another slate that looks like his tablet. He sets it on what appears to be his standard and facing the lady. He would then grab a web camera and attach it to the top of it, pulls out a microphone, attaches it to the tablet, then puts it in front of her. And he pulls out one final thing, which is the a small bolt which has a little indentation that fits onto the bottom of the tablet.
Say a
This
small
is
bolt.
for bolt, yeah, like a little nut.
BOLT.
Oh, a bolt.
Not a boat.
Yeah.
I heard boat and I was like, wait, that doesn't make sense. Why is there a
A
boat?
small.
I'm
bolt?
sorry.
Very fun. I like it.
Bolt, yes. The reason for this bolt is to cast this spell.
Huh?
I had since you told me about this yesterday, I'm gonna have Magic Mouth prepared. So it says, before it says that I can speak 25 words or less, basically like a sending spell, and have it repeat over a duration of no longer than 10 minutes. My question to the Dungeon Master is that can I have this 25 words someone else speak it within proximity to the object?
Magic mouth. Let me read.
Magic Mouth
I-
is a dang.
I don't see why not. It's
Okay.
also, if I'm not mistaken, a what is that thing called? A ritual spell.
It is. I plan to use this as a ritual.
Okay, nice.
So 10 minutes.
Yeah, because it just says a message is uttered when a trigger condition is met. And you,
So you can decide what the triggered condition is.
yeah.
It can
And
be
also,
like someone saying a magic word. Thing.
yeah, so I don't see why the word you implant cannot also imply somebody else in proximity.
Okay, awesome. With that out of the way, Valerius now tells the woman to look up at the camera and say smile. Please look here, and I'll tap the little circle in the web camera and say, smile for me if you don't mind. I would like to take a picture so I can show your sister.
She looks at you with incredible concern, and she will not acquiesce you with a smile. But she will look at the pinhole because she's not sure what is going on. Like,
That's fine.
is
Valerius
this a trick?
raises.
Are you trying to steal my soul? Is that it? Is this?
Well,
Do you
what
have a
mean? I don't even
demon?
know. No. Oh, come on. I don't even know magic. And Valerius raises his wrist and presses a button. The camera.
She hears you. I don't even know magic, and then she looks at Bosk with the face of, is this guy for real?
I shrug. He just
But-
deals with his machines.
But you know, there's no hostility there. It's more like
Yeah.
what?
Okay. I press a button on my wrist pad, causing the camera to activate. And with that, I spend one action to transform the surface image of the slate to the picture of her.
She watches
Using-
with deep intent. She is so interested in what's going on because this is so outside her understanding and outside of everything that she has seen. Like, she's seen magic being used, but to have
I'm
it
just
so
like, yeah, apparently this
slowly.
is not magic. Shrug.
And she sees you shrug and she's like, for at this moment, for these 10 minutes, we're bros. Like, same
Tells
brain.
me it's not magic.
But she follows your directions, except she doesn't give you a smile because she's like, what the fuck is this?
That's fine.
I don't
Yeah.
smile
She
for
has
nobody.
She
No
has
man.
How the heck does this webcam work face?
Hello? You know the boomer selfies?
Yes, is this thing working?
Like the
Oh.
chin is a bit too big. Like the zoom in is on the nose. Like, is this thing on?
My
Um
God.
what is this like messenger? What's a messenger?
My goodness.
I can see myself. Does that mean you can see me?
Okay, so with the picture set up, Valerius will now push the microphone in front of her, and he'll press a few buttons on his wristpad and say, "All right, I have everything prepared. I would like you to now say your message."
She nods. You mean now?
Yep. Please keep it under 25 words if you don't mind, please.
Okay. And then she looks, and in the most awkward camera in front of you kind of face, she goes, hey baby girl, it's me. You just listen to everything that they say. They're friends. They're trying to help us. Just don't hurt yourself, okay? I'll see you soon.
When
Thumbs up.
when she says this, how awkward is she?
She I mean, let me make a roll for her.
She
Her-
sounds like she starts out fairly awkward, and then towards the end, it's like, oh, okay, this is
It's
Yeah.
it's
formal
not
and
as
fine.
awkward. Like, it's okay. It's like middle of the road. Starts off with like, I don't know what I'm doing, and then she gets into it.
Mm.
It's like people who TikTok for the first time. Like, what do I do with this? The Tic Tacs. And then she looks at you, and I'm assuming that is not 25 words. So it continues recording her saying,
Okay.
"Is that okay?"
Valerius will make it a point to cut it off as soon as she says it's okay and delete the last two words. It's like, okay, don't need that. Okay, Valerius now sits down and says, all right, give me a couple minutes. And for 10 minutes, cast Magic Mouth.
Okay. She doesn't say
On the-
anything. She's just watching you, and then occasionally she will look at Bosk, and then she will sometimes look at Gunlaug to gauge how Gunlaug is looking, because Gunlaug before this was very aggressive, but she also was very nice, like towards the end of yesterday. So now she's like, where do I sit with you today?
Gulak is just kind of hanging back, arms crossed, and trying to look neutral. Trying
Okay.
to not get in anyone's way.
Can you make
Not
me
really-
like a flat D20 roll on your face neutrality output just for shits and giggles? 3. You try your
Looking
hardest.
like
You
she's not having a very good time, looking a bit guilty feeling.
the guilt feeling is there. Unfortunately, you have a very good and very well honed resting bitch face. And unfortunately, that's the thing that presents itself. But there are worry lines, and she does see this. It's just that the resting bitch face is more. So there is a sense of okay, intimidation. Who pissed in your cereal today? But okay.
Yeah, fair. Gulak is just trying to stay out of it. Completely, more or less.
This appreciation for your want of trying. 10 minutes pass.
Yes.
She
Okay, so
looks
how
at you
does
and
this
she's like,
thing work?
is it done?
Almost and beep. Done. Okay. Give me one more minute. And Valerius does
Done.
something.
In 1 minute.
he turns a slate that's like standing on the table around so he can face him. And he's gonna configure the light setting so that whenever the recording speaks, it lights up like a Discord talking kind of thing.
Ah,
Ah.
okay.
All right.
So the icon
Once
lights
that's
up.
done, he turned. Well, not the icon lah. Basically, this is like the whole screen is basically her face right now. So technically, the
Okay.
whole face lah.
Okay.
All right. So he turns it back around and says, "All right, I'm done. So I'm gonna play it back for you. And if there's anything wrong, we can just restart the process. All right." And he stands up, goes behind her, raises his wristpad, and touches a button, which lets out an audible beep, which is the cue for the thing to start the recording.
Wait,
Okay.
what? Okay, so
Yeah,
how do I
so-
use this later? I
Valerius just
asked.
said, just here. I'll rip off my wristpad for a second. Press this button.
Okay. Boop.
Yep, it releases
It
a beep,
plays the
and the recording should
message.
start. So yeah, the message plays for her right now, so she can hear her own voice being recorded. Is she satisfied with this?
Do you
She-
ask her, or are you just like watching
yeah,
her,
I'm-
and gauging her satisfaction?
I mean, I
What
ask
if,
her as soon
what
as
if
the
she's like, "Oh, I want to redo it."
She
I basically
okay.
ask her, it's like, as soon as the recording's done, it's like, are you okay with this? If so, I'm gonna present this to your sister.
Make me an insight check while she's stammering out a sure.
9. My roll is
9.
not good today. I forgot to purge. No wonder I'm gonna purge now.
You think that she is okay with it. However, you hear some hesitance. It spurs a memory from you from the first time you recorded your own voice. And how what you hear in your head is
Holy
definitely
shit, do
not
I
what
actually
came
sound
out.
like that?
Yep.
That totally
this
doesn't
Okay.
sound like me, dude. She's never gonna buy it.
and the funny thing is this was pre-pubescent you. Like the first time you started using any of those kind of magic, you're like, oh my god, is this my voice? It's so squeaky. And that's when you realize I'm gonna tone down my voice to sound more manly instead of like a manlet.
Okay, sure.
But she has that
Valerius looks
face.
over. Okay. I'll speak up. Jarring, isn't it? Hearing your own voice.
Yeah. I don't. Do I actually sound like that? Like I thought
you
I had
do.
more bass. Like
No, you definitely do. Valerius just nods along. It's like, believe me, I went through the same revelation when I first started listening to my own voice.
there's a recognition between the two of you as you commiserate in your shame.
Anyway, I'm gonna pack up the equipment now and look back towards her. Don't worry, I'll make sure this gets to your sister, and we'll make sure that you get to see her as soon as we can. All right?
She nods. It finally sets in again that although she had fun within these last 10-15 minutes with her muffin, which is almost gone by the way, she takes the final morsel as she settles into the fact that no, this isn't some fun summer
This
camp
isn't
thing that
happy
she's
fun
at.
time camp.
She's in a
This is
prison.
prison.
She's in fucking jail. And as soon as that hits her, you see her mood sort of shift back into a more morose, quiet sort of feeling.
I nod in acknowledgement of her realization, how her situation is. Don't worry. We'll get you to see your sister today.
I promise after this time we're out. As long as whoever your people are just get us out. I promise we'll be better. I just don't want to do this anymore.
Um, before leaving, I will ask her. Um, the Ursa Corpus doesn't have anything else on it.
Out of character, sorry, you keep coming in and out.
Oh, sorry. Ursa Corpus doesn't have anything else on you and your sister, do they?
She shakes her head. Like I said, we're
Okay,
new. I don't know what you mean by that. Also,
right.
it's only me and
Just
my sister.
just checking because Iral got in touch with me last night and said that they're holding his family somewhere. I was just wondering if they had anything similar on you, but it doesn't seem that that's the case.
You hear her gasp audibly, and her eyebrows sort of scrunch as she doesn't like what she's hearing. And you feel as if it all clicks into place for her as she starts understanding what happened and why Irel is such a grumpy person. Oh, that makes sense.
I nod. All right. If it's just you and your sister, then getting you, um, what's the word for it? Settled in somewhere new shouldn't be too difficult.
She nods. Okay.
All right. I'll see you this afternoon.
Okay. Yeah. Then she watches all of you leave with your gear.
Yep.
Just as
Waves.
everyone else is leaving, I will just wanna hang back for like 2 seconds and turn around and say, I want to help. I feel really bad about how all this went, and I want to help. And then
She
I'll go.
she looks at you and she recognizes sincerity, and then she nods. I I just don't want to do this anymore. My sister and I, we're gonna be good people. We're gonna try. We just have to get out of here. You understand what it feels like to try and escape Krera? We don't have money. We can't leave. We don't have a choice. But if what's true here, then they can send us somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll make sure of it.
She exhales a very long breath. Thank you.
I leave.
As you pass by the window, you see that she has sat herself down, and you see
I
her.
had one more question to ask her before leaving.
Okay,
Run back
while
in.
while she is calming herself down, the door opens
I
again, and she
re-enter.
turns around, and she's like, is something wrong?"
I forgot to ask. Which of the muffins do you think your sister would like more?
She. Here's the thing: we've never actually had flavored muffins. It's usually like the whole wheat bullshit.
Hey, Bosk, I'll make them. I'll make some waffles.
Oh, okay. All right. Something different then.
Just whatever you give me, I'm sure she'll like it. Or you can ask
All
her.
right. A half and half. Gotcha.
As soon as you said half and half, like she puts her hands together and sort of visualizes. You can see her brain sort of visualize like a half and half, and she like a little bit of drool just appears. And then she wipes her mouth and she
I
waves
couldn't
at you.
have such things. Oh.
What? This is magic! And then you leave.
Yes.
Uh,
Very good. Very perfect. perfect.
Are you heading straight to the the
I'll
the
go to
the?
the kitchen and see if I can make waffles.
Okay,
You guys
you
want
You
tell.
to, like,
walk into the kitchen and be like, I would like
oh,
to make waffles.
Not
surely they have all that shit. Surely they'll let me
how
half an
how do
hour.
you look for a kitchen? Like, are you going to the mess hall and?
Yeah, that's all.
Okay, so you get to the mess hall. There are a few sort of vendor areas with like a whole cooking thing that are empty. Like, this is a big place.
I'll start opening cupboards and look for what I need.
There are several eyes sort of looking at you like, are these new caterers? What's happening? But nobody really bothers you.
What I need.
Make
Waffles are easy.
make me a investigation check to find waffle irons.
Oh, I'm so good at that.
Three.
Are you there by yourself, just wandering around
I
looking
think I
for?
told you, like, please give me just half an hour. I'm gonna make some waffles, so you can come with if you like.
I'm
It might be
assuming
more
all
than
of
half
you
an hour because
follow.
I
No,
can't find
we
a
don't
waffle iron.
we don't have to go now because now it's like 11. We still have lunch.
Yeah, you have a
We're
lot of
only going
time.
to see her at like 3, so
Also,
you can make the waffles after
Wasn't it
lunch.
wasn't it 12 till 3?
yeah, it's 12 to 3. The lady's not sure,
Oh,
and she said that Etienne will come and find you.
right. Okay. Believable. All right. In that case, um,
Help.
at yeah, sure. Oh no. Okay. I'll come with you here. I'll help you look for the waffle.
Okay,
Nice,
make
man.
me
There you go. They're over there.
okay. So, what happens without Boss's investigation as she goes to look in another place for actual waffle
That's where
irons
the
by
pans and the things are,
asking
the actual utensils.
by actually asking someone where the waffle irons are instead of just like, pulling things off the shelf. Gunlog, you go back to the place that you wanted to cook with two stainless no, two iron frying pans that you were thinking, I'll just put divots in these frying pans and then put them together and I'll get waffles.
Uh-huh.
And then
Of course. That's how
Boss
it works.
comes
And
back
I walk up with the waffle iron.
with an actual
What are you
waffle
doing with
iron.
those pans?
I've already broken one, surely.
Make me a roll.
What roll?
Like, to see if you break something or you actually make like decent indentations.
I mean, just what roll do you want me to make?
A crafting check.
Do you have anything that will help you? Like
Do you
any
have
strength?
tool proficiencies?
Only with the cheating deck of
Smith's
cards.
tools?
I don't think the cards are gonna help you. Make me a dexterity check, like a straight dexterity.
Right, Dex.
Gunlog's like,
20.
I can
You
play
don't-
poker.
Yeah.
Does that
you-
help?
Oh, sorry, I'm not at disadvantage anymore, so
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
20.
You don't break anything. You actually start making like a few divots in the back of the pan, and you think, yeah, these are waffle size. Now I gotta do it to the other side of the pan. And then Bosk is like, what are you doing? What is that?
Oh, that's perfect. Where did you find that?
I just ask them where the waffle irons are.
Good call. Okay. Got some flour, sugar, eggs. Need some milk.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Oh, you can
How's
get. They probably have buttermilk here.
buttermilk?
Yes,
Oh.
it's like milk but more buttery. Anyway,
Mm,
I'll leave you to it. I'm gonna go cut 2 muffins in half and then eat half of each of them.
do that. See if you can find some jam.
Oh yeah, like at the toast station, they always have jam there.
Yep.
Sure, I'll bring you some.
Thanks.
Both of you know that, well, less Gunlog, I think, because Gunlog's like snubbing all the food. Like, how dare you? I miss kebabs. How dare you offer me wonderful food? Boss, there is an array of jams.
Yes, I'll pick the strawberry one.
Thank you for knowing me so well.
Okay.
I'm gonna make waffles the way my mama does.
Okay. With boss help, I need you to roll me a.
God.
Let me see what skill is for cooking.
I feel
The
like
chefs,
Gulag has made this so many times that
the cooking
surely.
utensils,
You're doing it with
they're different.
advantage because of the help.
the cook's utensils. Wisdom is not bad.
I'm gonna say use your wisdom because you have learned this innately by watching your mother. But it's a new place. It's mostly because it's a new place.
Eh,
22. 22 is good. With
23 actually,
finesse.
because you said advantage.
Oh right. 23. Marginal difference. But yes, you make a decent waffle with all the stuff you have on hand, and this is more than what you usually have actually, especially with the good preserves. And the smell takes you back to memories of your mother while making this. And you definitely wouldn't mind bringing probably some of this jam home.
Yeah. I'll make sure to make lots and lots of waffles and bring some to Val and to Bosk. Some for
How many
myself
waffles
and
do you
some
want to make?
leftovers for Wendy and some decent stacks for the prisoners because I do feel real fucking bad.
Okay. Bosk, you remember where you got your basket the last time, so you just grab that basket again.
Just like, okay, here's
This
the strawberry cream cheese one, and here's
The what?
the white chocolate macadamia one. We just cut both of them in half, and then we put them both in this, like, we join the halves and put them in the same like wrapper thing. There we go. Easy.
Franken muffin
Yes.
abomination.
Yes.
abomination. Okay, now you have a basket full of
Then we
breakfast
cast
foods.
mending on it so that
What?
it joins.
That's not
I
how it
don't have
works.
mending. I cannot do that.
Valerius pops into the kitchen. You needed something stuck together? Pulls out gel.
The
Bosk
welding
stands there
gun.
with like a needle and thread ready to stitch.
just offhand, Valerius is there. It's not like Valerius is invisible. Like he's watching this happen.
I'm just like,
I've
what is
probably been
going?
chatting with Valerius the whole time I've been making waffles. Like, can you hand me that?
Sure. It's like, that's
We have not
not
seen this
OSHA
side of
compliant.
Goodlock.
Okay, here's
before.
here's the thing. After you finish your first few waffles, you realize that there are people waiting outside with money.
Oh no.
It's
What?
like, ooh, new stand?
What?
And they're just looking like,
Can we have some?
are you guys new? Can we order? Like there's no waffle station yet. I guess you're new?
Valerius
And another one
just
is like,
going,
yeah, do you have waffles?
They're just
It's a little
for me and my
kobold
friend?
asking for waffles.
Good. Ugh, okay,
An actual
5
no.
minutes. Okay?
I lean
Start
over to
making the
Gunlock and
finger
whisper
batch.
into her. I lean over to Gunlock and whisper into her ear. You might want to set a price too.
People are paying money for these waffles?
Yeah, they're a delicacy back in Bro. They charge like what? DM, how much do pancakes? Sorry, do waffles usually go for in Bro? Like a fancy place that I usually go to with my fiance.
Okay, explain to me for the sake of the viewers at home what a fancy waffle to you is. Like when you take your
Okay.
date out.
Yes, it has to be like in this like climate controlled restaurant place where it's like air conditioning, or at least the D&D version of it. So imagine like this soft on the inside waffle but crispy on the outside. It's sprinkled with sugar or something like that. There's like a little bit of cream on it, an ice cream scoop or two with like a cherry on top. That's a fancy waffle.
Ah, okay.
It's
The
got
one
like
that you
fresh
have,
fruit.
Yeah, the one
You
that you
get very
have though.
different waffles from Gunla because she makes different types of waffles. There's no Belgian type waffles.
Yeah. So
That's fine.
Gunlag's waffles is like a thin, very crunchy pastry. Actually, why don't you explain what your waffle looks like?
I want to show a picture of it.
Yeah.
Oh, Senang.
But it's not like Belgian waffles. It's Norwegian
No,
waffles.
it's Norwegian waffles. They're different.
Yes. Exciting nonetheless.
Ah.
The more I think about it, the more it's like wake up it.
Oh, you're right actually.
They're thin and they're fluffy and they taste very different from Belgian waffles. They're not as sweet. But they are still sweet, but not as sweet.
Mm.
They're very nice with a little bit of sour cream and some jam.
So you prepare this.
Or some brown cheese.
And unfortunately there's no brown cheese here. But there are jams and other creams and stuff, and the person's like, so how much is it?
I look at Val. Be like, what the
DM.
fuck? Huh?
It's your
I'm
shop,
assuming
dude.
that I'm assuming Val goes to mostly high end places for waffles. So how much does a waffle usually run me?
Like the super fancy one can cost you 1 silver piece, but waffles in general is like cheap. You
1
can
copper?
get like a whole stack for a copper.
Okay. Valerius just leans over. I'm gonna assume you want the standard version, not the kind I usually eat. So 1 copper should suffice.
You suggesting my waffles aren't good enough for you, good sir?
I look at her. It's like, and look down at the waffle she's making. Yep, that's exactly what I'm suggesting.
I want to stuff one of my waffles in his face.
I drag
Make an
Valerius
attack roll.
away.
Make a snack attack roll
It's like, you should not
It's
stand
snack
here.
attack roll.
with whatever
Do I get
that you're
advantage
proficient.
because I'm proficient with my waffles?
I'm gonna say you get advantage because Valerius does not realize you're about to snack attack him.
Eh.
Like,
Plus
how dare you?
proficiency? Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Oh boy, here it comes.
Okay.
because it's a
So
waffle.
just do a +6 to the whatever I roll here.
Okay,
I would like to point
11.
out my AC. It
Yes.
does not hit. My AC is
18.
14 right now.
Okay.
Base 18.
I, w-
Okay.
I
It
was
hits,
told I
right?
could get advantage, and this is with add +6 to the AC.
Yeah.
So
Okay, it hits then.
Okay.
yeah.
But
Bop.
it's not a violent hit. It's not like you get damage from waffles. You just get a mouthful of delicious waffles.
I'm like,
So the damage that you get is really emotional damage from how beautiful this waffle is. You feel love and care.
Might not be as fancy as yours, but it's homemade.
I will admit it tastes good, but not to my standard. But this is definitely fine.
Not on my
Swallows it. It's
kitchen.
like, all right. 1 copper is it? I'll put the sign out then.
No, what?
You people are asking how much these are, and I'll point to the mass of people behind me.
There's 3 people. It's not a lot. It's just
Okay,
it's
3
3 people.
people.
God. I
1
didn't
copper.
pay
That's
for
not
these
allowed.
ingredients. Just have some waffles. Fuck.
Okay, Valerius turns around, addresses the small crowd, 3 people. It's free.
And then
Ow,
from the back,
duck and move away.
the kobold that was like, "How much the waffles?" turns around, "Mac, the waffles are free!"
And I'm running. I'm going away.
And just as
Yes,
you hear that,
Biggest eye roll.
you see a person who is very dignified just come by, like, "Excuse me, I don't think you guys work here. I'm part of the catering organization, but I wasn't aware."
I just start stacking my waffles onto like in several different piles and put them in baskets, and then I just grab them and go like, I don't know what to tell you. There's a couple left there. You can have some.
and then she looks at you and she's like, it's more of a whisper. It's fine for you to use it, but usually you can put like a sign that says not for sale. It's fine. People can use the kitchen wherever. And then she turns around, and as she's sort of facing the small crowd in front of you now because somebody yelled free waffles, she turns around to you and she's like, "It's okay, I got this. Just next time." And then she goes, everybody, it's the free waffles are just for their crew. Unfortunately. Oh man. Can I just have one though? As everybody else disperses.
I'll give the little kobold one.
Thanks, lady. No, 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 no. And then they all piss off. It was not a very polite consumption of waffles. It was like Cookie Monster.
Oh no.
Well,
No, 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 no.
Perfect.
now we'll go hand out waffles. I will for the prisoners. I will just get the guards to bring them in because I'd eat.
You see one of the guards and you explain that this is going to the waffles. The guard looks at you. Usually this is the first time anybody has given waffles to prisoners. Are you guys friends?
Sometimes you feel really bad about shit you do when you interrogate people. Okay,
Oh,
We took
fine.
his
were
arm. We
you
feel
not
bad.
here the other day? Like,
I didn't know that actually happened. I thought that was just, guards talking shit about people. Welcome to the Aegis, I guess.
Welcome
Sure.
to the big leagues. See that guy with one arm? He had two arms this morning. He's like, haha, yeah, very funny. Real funny, Chad.
It was you guys. Oh my god. Okay. Can I have your autograph? Takes out a notebook. Cause this is some Hall of Fame shit. Do you guys have like a group name?
I'm
what do you
so
mean,
glad
wait,
I'm not there for that. Oh, dodged.
how long
Dodge
have
these
you
awkward questions.
worked here, and why is that special?
We tend to have like a notebook, and then he starts flipping his notebook. He has your basket of waffles on the arm, but he's also flipping notebook, and you can see various group names and like people names. And this book is old, because of the yellowing of the paper. And then he goes, "Yeah, I've worked here for like maybe 20 years." And every time something weird happens, we just get the signature of the group or the person, for
Can I ask,
posterity.
is it the waffles that are weird or the arm thing that's weird?
You pulled off a guy's arm and you're bringing apology waffles. It's pretty weird, lady.
I didn't pull his arm off, if that helps.
Doesn't matter. He's in your team. I mean, And then he puts a hand out. Anyway, my name's Skagen. Pleasure to meet you, lady. But please, can I get like a signature? The guys will never believe this.
I mean, they work here.
20 years. Weird shit happens. And then he flips to a random page. Like literally you see him close the book and then
Like
just
a
opens.
passport.
So this one, they brought in an ogre, I think, the one that can regenerate. Is that it? Is it ogre? No, one of those. Anyway, so to make sure the guy spoke, they kept on like ripping off his ears. So at some point they just had a pile of ears at the corner of the interrogation. It's pretty funny.
Then
And
the
then-
ears started regenerating, and they were
Right.
like, "Oh shit!"
Gagan,
The fuck?
Yeah.
I'll put my name in your book, okay? If you shut the fuck up.
No problem,
What
lady.
are you mean to Scoggin?
And then he's like, anyway, we'll get this to your prisoners. Um,
Okay.
and then he sort of like starts cracking a smile. Like, do you have any like specific notes, requests? You know, like, hey, have a nice day, kind of thing. And he giggles to himself, like, oh, that's so funny. A 10 out of 10
Let me lend
comedian.
you a hand, that kind. Please don't do that.
I'm glad you're all right.
He's like,
As opposed to
anyway,
all left.
good luck. Good to meet you. I
I'm
hope
gonna
to
sign the
hear
book.
more.
Is a dick who doesn't like good waffles. Is what I write in the book.
He laughs. He's like, close enough. And then he closes the book.
Wait, I wasn't done. I'm about to make up a really shitty group name that we will never
Oh,
use again.
yeah, sure. And then he opens back to the page.
Hmm.
From the outside, Gunlog is right now writing in a notebook next to a very tall, very lanky male. You're not sure what he is. He's like humanoid, but he's wearing a helmet kind of thing, so you can't tell. And
Ah,
he's holding on to the basket, so it's a very strange sort of image.
it's like, you wish for these to be delivered to the prisoners. Very good. I'd like you to fill in this form, fill in this request in the request book. Very good, very good.
But at the same time, the basket is very picnicky, like Stepford wife kind of, like it's very cute. And there's
I'm
also
gonna
the smell
write.
of waffles, which doesn't help. And then as you finish, what would you write, by the way?
I write Morgana's Menagerie.
Morgana's Menagerie. And he's like, Morgana, sounds hot. Uh, Also, this smells really good. Do you mind if I just take one?
Yes.
And then he makes sad face. It's more like delivery tax.
Hey, no one ripped your arm off, hey?
Yeah, but I'm delivering it to the one guy. I mean, one arm guy. Okay, just one. It's just one.
Come on, man. I'll bring some more later, okay? Maybe tomorrow or something.
Morgana's Menagerie. I'll hold you to that. And then he sort of walks off. Puts the pocketbook in his back pocket.
Tomorrow. Delivery
Tomorrow.
for Skogan?
Waffles. Okay. You have your stuff. Waffles are being delivered. And then Etienne appears. Like, you have no idea how he finds you. Because
Roll
it's
the
not like he
map.
uses a map. Like, you've never seen him use a map.
I'm just gonna
Probably has
pretend like I'm
special
not
map.
surprised at this point.
Special invisible map.
Does he
Um,
just appear out of nowhere?
He appears, but he is going towards Bosk. So he's like, we have
Right. Is it
a...
time?
Yes, I'm surprised that you know. I didn't tell you anything. I'm assuming that you went there for yourself to
Yes,
find out.
the nurse from last night.
He is so elated that you did this yourself. Well, is anybody else with you? I mean, they would have to stay outside for the moment, but they are certainly welcome to come and watch from outside the viewing chambers, perhaps.
I look at Gunlog and Valerius.
I'm gonna stay here, but make sure you bring her some waffles. Oh, there's a
Oh,
couple
right.
for you as well, Etienne.
He nods and then he sort of picks one up and munch. This is very good. Perhaps you could have a future, and maybe once you retire, opening up a waffle center over here. I'm
No.
sure a lot of people will be very happy to see some waffles here. We don't have a waffle station. Num 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 num. Dainty num num
Those
num
were for
num.
Val, but he was being a dick, so you can have them.
He laughs. He is very amused. He's like, Friendship is very interesting. Anyway, are you following? We can go now, for example.
Yep, let us. And then I guess Valerius and I follow Etienne. Have my
Okay.
muffin, and I have the waffles that, or the waffle that Gunlog nestle them in the same basket.
Yeah. You eventually get there. There's a different nurse. And she ushers you into the room. But her and Etienne sort of look at Valerius and go, are you okay with going in? I mean, you will have to stay very quiet while we do our evaluations, but otherwise it's
Valerius
fine.
nods.
Oh,
I'm just here to set up equipment, that's all.
I explained to Etienne, I believe this will go a lot smoother if we let Valerius play a bit of a recording.
Ah, you have made some kind of deal with the sister, oui?
Yes.
Yes, come. The girl is still in bed when you guys go in. She's still tied down, but she's a lot more relaxed. Although when she sees all of you, she starts minor panicking again because she's just not sure what's happening, even though they have treated her well.
Yes. Good morning. After.
Good
I
afternoon.
suppose you can't really tell.
She nods and there's a whimper. There's a knock on the door, and a lady comes in. She's an elf lady, and she starts walking
Dr.
in. She's
Zara,
like,
Zoom.
"Oh, yes, I'm surprised that they know me." And then she looks at Etienne. Usually you don't brief them at all. This is new. I'm Dr. Zara. And who might you be? I know
Dr.
him. And then
Zanbosk, and
she
this is Valerius. He's here
I'll
to
wave my hand.
it's a
set
pleasure.
something up before we begin.
Yes, it's a pleasure. And then she sort of very softly goes to the girl, like very, very quietly. She goes, "How are you today? Is everything all right?" And then the girl stutters. It's it's fine, I guess. I don't know who they are. They're just here to help, trust me. We're here to make sure that you don't get into trouble a bit more. Isn't that right? And then she turns to both of you.
Yes, we have a message for her from her sister, actually.
She perks up. She's like, my sister? Is she coming?
She's not allowed to, unfortunately, but, we have this for you.
Oh,
And I
Uh,
guess Valerius has the machine. The
yep.
machine.
Valerius, there's a table nearby I can use, right?
you can ask for one. There's a small like
I'll-
side table you can pull. It's easy enough.
Yeah, I'll look at the doctor and ask. It's like, Miss, may I borrow a small table for a moment?
The doctor does not help you, but the nurse does.
Hmm. Okay, I
Yes. I help
grab
Carry,
the
carry,
table.
carry.
small side table.
Help you carry. Puts the nurse is assisting you setting up. You just tell her what to
Okay.
do.
Yep. I'll set everything up, face the slate towards her on the stand, and I'll step back.
Boop.
Okay.
Are
Raise
we
his
ready?
Message
wrist.
is replayed.
She nods at Valerius and Bosk.
Boop the machine.
Yep. Raise
Yeah.
my wrist, tap on the tablet. Should stop playing now.
The thing plays, and then you see the girl in bed sort of relax completely, and she's like, "Oh, she's okay. Um, okay, yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah, yeah. So all of you trying to help? I'll try.
Yes.
I'll try be upfront." And then Dr. Zara goes, "Don't worry, dear. We're not going to hurt you. We just want to help you and make sure that you don't She wipes a bit of hair and hooks it to the back of the girl's ear, and she's like, I understand that you don't remember what happened previously, and I would like that to not be the case. However, the trauma you've experienced is... Let's not have that happen again, shall we? I'm going to unbind your wrists so that you can get a bit more comfortable. And then the girl nods. And then Dr. Zara turns to both of you. Etienne is sort of near the door, just watching this happen very quietly. Since you're here and you're actually a practicing doctor still, how are you in psychiatry?
Is she asking?
She is asking you, Dr. Busk.
Ah, I wouldn't call it my area of expertise, but I have some cursory knowledge.
That's fine. We have enough people here in any case of emergency. And then she turns around and winks at all of you out of sight from Leke. And she turns back to Leke and starts unbinding her and helping her sit up. The basket of food is sort of on the table, so it's up to you whether you want to pass it to her because she just got unbound.
Oh, I think we'll leave that for after.
Okay. Leke sits up, rubs her wrists, and then rubs her ankles because that was bound as well. I don't know what kind of help I can give you.
Don't worry about that for now. This is just your evaluation to make sure you're fit to see your sister.
Can I ask what happened? Apparently I do get into episodes and my sister helps me get out of it. So I don't know what happened and nobody wants to tell me.
Do we have like a... Because none of us were there when the thing happened. Do we have like a report that we can
Yes,
read?
there is like a written report at the door. You can just like
Okay.
go out of
So
the door, pick it up.
I go get the report, and I'll look to Dr. Zara for like a sign like, yes, you may read the report.
Yeah, the Dr. Zara looks at you and goes, I think since you have a rapport with Miss Leke here, why don't you take over? I'll watch.
I nod. Well, like according to the report, and then begin reading the report.
What the report says essentially is Laker was brought in after she kept repeating, I don't have to talk to you. To a close to psychotic episode where she was put in the room. She calmed down with people around her, only for it to relapse into like a violent thing where she sort of tried to attack herself by running into the doorknob and the door. And as she tried to twice, people came into the room and tied her down until she fell asleep.
Yes.
And then
So there was that.
she hears and she's sort of wide-eyed and going, I didn't know. I didn't know I did that. I don't remember anything. Does this happen a lot to other people? Is it just me? Then Dr. Zara steps in. No, darling. It's not just you. Sometimes when people are under great stress, they forget who they are, and a part of them comes in and takes over. So we'll call it your alter ego. Do you want to name her or him? Do I have to? Sometimes it's good to have a name for something that you don't understand so that when you want to talk about them, you can. Uh, what should I call it? And then she looks at Valerius and Dr. Bosk. This thing comes out again. What should I call it?
What would you like to call it?
I don't know. I don't want to call it anything good because it sounds bad.
Bosk will explain that, well, these things don't tend to be good or bad. Most of the time, it's your body trying to protect you. Something stepping in. It doesn't think that you can handle what's going.
She looks around the room. She sees various mechanical objects. She sees the bed. I guess I could call it window?
Window?
Yeah, because, you can look out the window. Doesn't mean you're flying, right?
Nod. Yes, you can call it that.
You see a small relief wash over her as something that she has decided was accepted by the room.
Yeah. Well done.
But she's still generally very quiet as she watches all of you. Dr. Zara is just going through the notes. She's writing things down, just observing. Etienne's just being Etienne in the corner. He's also starting to pick through the basket.
I make sure he does not eat the muffin.
He does not eat the muffin. He's like, I gotcha.
Yes. I guess. Do I understand what the procedure is? Like what sort of questions I should be asking? I'll do my best to help Dr. Zara and give her the insight that I gained last night, that she doesn't seem to be very comfortable or used to making decisions for herself.
Dr. Zara nods. She
Blah, blah, blah,
affirms
blah.
your view of this. She also says, if I'm not mistaken, the sister, she very much defers to her sister. So if we can get the sister here. And then she looks at Etienne. Is that something we can do? Because I don't think at the moment she is of sound mind. However, I don't know if transporting her to a cell would be good. If we can bring her sister here, Etienne's like, that would be kind of an easier thing probably, but and then he looks at the two of you. What do you think? Has she been helpful in any way? Should we?
Yes, her sister Rima's been very cooperative. We spoke to her earlier this morning, actually. She was quite forthcoming with providing us with recording.
That
Was
is
rather
very
cordial
different.
in our interactions.
It's very different from the first time you actually spoke with her. I'm very glad you made some headway. And then
I shrug. I suppose I'm a people person.
he nods, as it seems. Leke, was it? Yes? Would you be alright if we brought your sister here? Yes? I really like that. You see like tears streaming down her face. And then you see Etienne sort of like, I'm uncomfortable. What is this crying? Why are you leaking?
I'll go arrange for Rima to be brought here. She's in the questioning room as we speak, actually.
I will
Valerius will stop
assist
packing
you
up his
with
equipment.
that. Dr. Zara, you may stay here and we will return shortly. I just have to sign some release. Well, not really release papers, but movement of people around. Yeah.
Yes, the permissions.
Oui. Okay.
All right, Valerius, stay and help Dr. Zara with anything she may.
Valerius like very quickly like grabs Doc Boss by the shoulder and pulls her in a bit closer. It's like, I was actually thinking that I could take the time to go and interrogate and go and have an audience with what's his name again? The guy that got his
Oh, Iral.
Iral.
Yeah.
Ah, that should be fine. There are enough orderlies and nurses here to help the good doctor.
Yeah, nothing here's mechanical, so I'm not gonna touch anything. Can't really.
Nod, nod, nod.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my leave. Good luck.
Uh,
And I'll leave the room. Tactical retreat.
Remember
how
that
do you exit?
Gulag is already by the prisoner, so if you can also send her a message to go grab Nike.
Yeah, so Valerius just like packs up his equipment, stuffs it in bag. It's like, I hope you feel better towards the patient. Then look at Dr. Zara, give her a nod. Then very awkwardly like spider walk. Sorry, not spider walk. Sorry, crab walk towards the door sideways. Opens the door, goes out, closed door. It's like out of my element. There's nothing mechanical here. Gotta go.
As you crab walk outside,
I
Dr.
don't know
Zara
how these
is
fleshy things work.
Dr. Zara is sort of having a conversation with Bosk and Etienne, and then Bosk, you hear her look at Etienne and go, "Why'd you always pick the strange ones?" And Etienne just like big Parisian shrug at her. They're interesting and they're very competent. It's not that, why are you jealous? And she's like, I'm not jealous of anything.
Is she the other one that is like
I
the
thought
same
it was
rank?
just me.
And she's not in recruitment, but she's like, I wouldn't say she's head of department, but she's one of like the main people in the hospital thing.
Senior staff.
Thank you. Senior staff.
Yes, yes.
So they've been here a while. You assume. Okay, make me an insight check just to see this repartee between the two of them.
Sigurd.
4. You're like, yeah, they used to sleep with each other, 100%. Not even gonna lie.
Hundo P.
Hundo P. Used to. As they have their little repartee, Etienne bids thank you to Dr. Zara, and she's like, yeah. Okay, bye.
So I leave and I just like grab him like, all right, we'll be back soon.
Yeah. And I think it's 11 o'clock, and I believe that Mike and Ben, you gotta leave, right?
Does Mike need to leave too?
Yes,
Yeah.
Michael needs to leave.
Ah, okay.
And I think this would be a great time to stop because it's 11:06. Thank you everybody for being here. We'll have a longer session next week with full party.
Yeah, full party.
Thank you so much for playing. I appreciate all of you.
Hurrah.
Happy Chinese New Year, happy Lunar New Year. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
All right.